Stupid geese. So, a little different video today. I've got something on my mind. I don't know that I've done a what's on my mind video lately, but got something on my mind today that I wanted to talk about and wanted to share and give you some food for thought. There's a lot of folks that watch our channel because they're at a stage in their farming or their homesteading journey that in a lot of cases is folks that are just starting out, trying to learn the ropes, figure the ins and outs, the how-tos, the whys, and all that kind of thing related to either, like I say, farming as an enterprise or homesteading, raising food for yourself, caring for your family, making sure that you know where your food comes from, all the things that go along with the homesteading life. And there's a lot of folks that watch us for information. How to, how do you, what's the secret of, how does this thing work, how does that thing work, how's the business piece of this go, that type of thing. And I've seen what I consider to be a little bit of a very disturbing trend in the information world lately. And you could deem this, if you want to put a label on it, agroeducation. And Sandra and I have participated in this. And we'll talk about that as we go along. But Sandra and I have participated in this in order to two things. Number one, help people. Really and truly help people and give people good, solid, quality information from a frame of experience. We have also used agroeducation, educating people, doing classes, consulting work, and that kind of thing from an enterprise perspective. It's another revenue source for us to generate money, to feed the chickens, keep the lights on, pay the farm bills, pay for the things that we need to pay for. Stupid geese here on the farm. But I saw today, as I was scrolling through Facebook, and I will say, for those of you that have kind of been following me on my journey of eliminating the doom scrolling, that is much, much better. But I will have these little social media snacks. It's not a diet any longer. It's a snack from time to time. But a little while ago, I was in the house there, scrolling through Facebook, and I saw what I would assume to be, we will give them the benefit of the doubt, some very well-meaning individuals who are offering some classes. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about what kind of class, what information that they're sharing or they want to convey, but what appears to be some very well-meaning individuals that are advertising for classes. And like I say, we've done that. We've done it from a position of wanting to share information. We've also done it from a position of generating revenue. But one thing that we always made sure that we made sure that we had the experience and we had the know-how behind it in order to be able to share that information so that it gave people a jump start. My goal has always been, whenever we would do a class, is that I wanted to give the participants of that information that they could take home and they could apply today. They could take back to their farm, they could put it to work, and it would help them improve their efficiency improve their profitability, improve their processes, improve the land, improve the way that they were caring for their animals, but information that they could take back and instantly put to use on their farm. And when I saw this advertisement a while ago for the classes that these folks were advertising, and they were here in North Carolina, relatively close, not super close, but relatively close, I was like, I've never heard of these people. You know, and when you're in the farming space like we are, and that becomes your world and you're immersed in it, and you know and see and become aware of who's doing what where around you, you recognize who people are. And these were folks that I had never heard of. Don't know who they are. So I went over to their Facebook page. I went to their website. They've got a YouTube page or a YouTube channel. I went and got to looking. And the best I can tell, these folks have raised one, maybe two batches, and both of those look like they were 30 or 40 birds. One or two batches of broilers on pasture. Now, I'm not saying that these are not intelligent individuals. I'm not saying that they're not smart, that they don't know what they're doing. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, if you are looking for agroeducation, whether you're farming, homesteading, whatever the case may be, and you're looking for agroeducation, vet the individuals that you're getting that information from. Perfect example. 2020, we were getting started into pigs. The pandemic hit, and I had some time on my hands, and I stumbled upon, I'll mention Jordan Green up in Edinburgh, Virginia, who does a farrow to finish class. It was 4 days. And the reason I went to Jordan's class, and I would recommend it to anybody if you're interested in pastured pigs, the reason I went to Jordan's class was he had a body of work that was tangible. He had, at the time, I think he and his wife had been farming for 12 or 15 years. He had gone through either the stewardship, he had gone through one of the polyface programs, and they were raising, I think they had, at the time, 250 brood sows. They had put out that, you know, their annual revenue was, if it wasn't then, I know it is now, it was approaching 7 figures. So, I mean, Jordan had the chops. He had the experience. He had the tangible know-how that you could see through what was public facing, to know that this guy knew what he was talking about. And so I felt very, very comfortable handing over my hard-earned money, which at the time we didn't have a lot of, handing over my hard-earned money for this education, because I knew that that education was going to propel me 12, 18, 24 months into the future on where I would have been had I just learned through experience and what I was doing day to day. So again, if you're looking for agroeducation, you're looking for a class, you're looking for some know-how, look for folks that are doing that kind of thing, that have a body of work, they have the experience to back it up, they have the numbers to back it up, and you can tell that they're serious, and it's not just, well, let's put on a class so we can generate some money and see if we can get 15 or 20 people to come down at $200 a head and go through our fill-in-the-blank class. So I saw that and I thought, you know, I don't know if that's something that people have ever thought about when they were trying to learn. And the thing that makes me a little bit resistant about it is that we were like this. As a new farmer, a new homesteader, new in the agricultural world, you want to get started. You have a head full of dreams and ideas, and there's just so much to do. There's so many avenues to go. There's so many things that you could work on. There's so many enterprises that you could follow. There's just so much opportunity. I mean, let's call it what it is. There's so much opportunity that you have this thirst to get started. And maybe you kind of get started and you run into a little bit of a roadblock, and the thought is, you know, I should find a class. I should find a farmer that's been doing this or that's got a class that we can go take, and we can jumpstart our business and our operation here. And they're out there. There are folks that are out there that are doing a fantastic job with that. There are homesteading conferences. There are folks that do individualized classes. It's reminding me of something. I'll talk about this in a minute. But the information is out there, but be very, very selective in the information that and where you're getting your information from. There's a lot of good content on YouTube. There's a lot of good books. Anything written by Salatin is going to be good. The Stockman Grass Farmer. I'll post a link in the description down below for the Stockman Grass Farmer, and we'll get you a discount code on that. That's a great way. If you're grazing, doing sheep, cattle, or whatever, I mean, you know, that's a monthly fully packed periodical that'll come to your either email inbox or to your mailbox that has got all kinds of information on grazing cattle and sheep and grazing grass. So be selective about that information that you're consuming. And another thing, I remember this, we saw this a lot last year, and there were folks around here that were doing this. I mean, they were doing them left and right, where they would invite you down to do a poultry processing class, and basically what they were doing was they were having folks come in to help them process their birds for free. You know, come down and learn how to process pasture poultry and spend the day with us and learn how to do this. Well, there wasn't any fee to sign to be engaged, so you know you don't have any skin in the game. And all it was a ploy to get free labor, and that's not right. You don't know, you know, and these are people that are, you know, doing birds on a homestead scale, and I've seen them at markets and stuff, and their products are not packaged right, and they're packaged in Ziploc bags, and it looks awful. So be very, very discreet and discriminate in the education that you're looking for, the education that you're participating in, and make sure that you're getting your money's worth. Make sure that you're getting it from folks that actually have the experience and know what they're talking about. So that's what I had on my mind. I probably said the same thing 3 or 4 times. I have a bad tendency to do that, but just something I thought I'd share. Please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.